Alright guys, how's it going? It is Tuesday, the 12th of June 2018 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Hooray. How's it going guys? You alright? Are you excited for the World Cup? I am. I'm buzzing. I love the World Cup, honestly. I can't stand them international breaks during the season, as you know. Yeah, because I bang on about them all the time. I don't watch the friendlies. Yeah, I can't be arsed with it. But I do watch the World Cup and I do watch the European Championships. I love it. I will not miss a game. I will watch every game. I'll have a little flutter on everyone. Just have an interest, when it's a bit boring. The two teams are like, just a little flutter on it, just to give you an interest. I can't wait, and it's every 4 years, as you know, so it's a big deal, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know if you are, and if you are, who you will be supporting, and who you think will win the tournament. I guess most of you will think that Germany will do it. So anyway, I've just done a video on dkb.tv for my supporters over there and my members who get free dkb.tv about that Fekir, about him, and what I think the situation is there. In this video, we're going to be talking about goalkeepers again. It seems that Liverpool are, have no interest in Alisson anymore. I think they were most interested in him around the February-March time, right? Now, I don't know if that coincides with any goalkeeping errors or not, but that's what I believe. I think it was around February, maybe early March, that we seemed to be quite keen and willing to talk. And I think that when you see these little snippets in articles that say Liverpool have told Alisson's representatives, I think that is going back as far as then. I think obviously Liverpool have had to, fully examine the goalkeeping situation. We've seen the Karius, howlers in the final. If you want to believe that was concussion, then by all means do. And maybe the lad was concussed, but his blunders were not out of character, as Brendan would say, for other games that we've seen him in. And don't want to pick on the lad, but I don't know. I just don't know. I'd rather avoid the Karius conversation, to be honest. My views, and I'm sure you know this, is that up until that final, I believe that Liverpool were pushing for Jack Butland, right? And I know it's probably not very exciting, but I think that's where the communication was or has been. I wouldn't know if it is ongoing or not. But I believe that up until the final, they were looking at Jack Butland to replace Simon Mignolet, all right? And I think that the final maybe, threw things up in the air a bit, so maybe they weren't going to look at Butland to come in and challenge Karius. They were maybe going to look at Oblak or Alisson again, or is it Alisson at Barcelona? Because there's virtually loads of goalkeepers that we've been linked with. The young boy at Milan who was a good goalkeeper, and I thought it threw the whole goalkeeping situation up in the air. Now Liverpool are playing down the whole thing now. I don't know if you've noticed this, and the thing is, guys, that it's the comments that are coming from what I call the clique of LFC journos, right? It's like, have you not noticed how when one story comes out that's a significant story, that it'll be covered by maybe one, two, three, maybe four. Let's say four. It could be 3, 4, 5, but around 4 journos in the national media, one in the local media, and it's like they've all got the same story at the same time, the same evening, the same time. Boom, right? So that's organised like leakage. Well, that sounds a bit strange. That leakage. That's not a very nice word, is it? Oof. And they've got the news out there, and they're doing it through people. So they're like the clique. They say certain things, and that they're the unofficial voice of LFC. That's what I think, right? And I'm sure most of you understand and get what I'm saying. And when they're saying, aren't they, that Alisson and Oblak are too expensive. That's it. They're all saying the same thing. They're all going along the same line, telling us that. All right. So that, therefore, Liverpool want you to know that. They want to get that out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They want to get that out there. Now, often that is because Liverpool want to get that back to another club or something somewhere to say, hey, we're not, all part of the fucking negotiating process. No progress, that is for sure, process. So you never know what to fucking believe, basically. But then, the Karius thing came out. that he was concussed. Apparently, I think I touched it on my last video. I think it had just come out within minutes of me making that video or during it. And, you know, you have to ask yourself why that came out. Was it because they were trying to, you know, give the lad a bit of, like, confidence? You know, like, hey, it wasn't your fault, don't worry, you know, because we're going to stick with you. Was it to, you know, to also try and win the fans round? Like, come on, guys, get off his back. You know, the FSG out people were like, see, this is from a hospital in Boston, and, you know, this is all because FSG don't want to spend on a goalkeeper and all that. And there was all these different reasons as to why it fucking came out. So we had the concussion thing came out, which was just made us look fucking ridiculous, in my opinion. Could it have been because they wanted, like, other clubs to think, oh, he's not that bad, he was concussed, we'll sign him? Who fucking knows? I don't think so. I don't think it's that one. So the concussion claims came out, and then we've been played the Alisson and Oblak, you know, it's too expensive. They've come out, all dampening things, do you not think? All signalling that there's going to be no big Wonga going in on a goalkeeper. And then I saw this in the Liverpool Echo, right? I think this is from today. What date are we on? 12th. Yes, we're on the 12th. This morning. The last line, right? The last line. Now, I'm making this video for you based on this last line. And I want you to tell me what you think about this last line, right? And it says, Klopp is likely to sign a new keeper this summer, with Simon Mignolet expected to depart. Well, we know all that, right? Yeah. Although Danny Ward could be invited to compete with Loris Karius for the number 1 role. Right? Now, I found that a bit depressing. Now, I ain't got nothing wrong with Danny Ward, and to be honest, I would rather have seen him at times than Karius. But the way they're saying that, you know, they're saying, like, you know, but Danny Ward could be invited to compete with Karius for the number 1 role, which means no fucking new goalkeeper. So what do you think? What do you think? See, like, we talk about goalkeepers all the time, and I don't think that Karius can ever get over the Champions League final. I don't, because any mistake he makes in next season, if he's at Liverpool, right, and I think most people would expect him to be, because they think that Klopp won't turn his back on him. What's everyone going to say? People don't forget. He's done for, I think. And if you got to a final again, you'd be shitting it. And it's so annoying because when he was confirmed as the club's number 1... Hang on, sorry, I said club then. So it shows they haven't made a video for a while. Club, for sure. Alright? When he was confirmed as the club's number 1 goalkeeper, he played better. He played better. And I actually started to like the lad, not just because of his performances, but I thought the way that he conducted himself in post-match interviews and stuff, I thought he's a nice, likeable lad. He's a nice, likeable boy. Bit of a ponce, bit of a poser and that, do you know what I mean? Which I never think is a good thing when you're a goalkeeper, because if you're a really good-looking goalkeeper, you ain't being battered to fuck, so you're probably not that brave, you know what I'm saying? Do you not think? Because, I mean, goalkeepers, they tend to be a bit fucking... Do you not think? No? All right, then. I mean, me, you wouldn't look at me and think... would never make a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? I know you think, yeah, we'd just fucking lay you there, Chubbs, and you'd stop everything. But I mean, I'm too good looking to be a goalkeeper. You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to put my shades on? Will it convince you if I do that? If I put my Ronnie and Reggie shades on. They're not shades, glasses. Are you not in the mood for laughing? No, everyone's in a good mood. I don't think you should be in a good mood when you're reading stuff like that. I mean, I think Liverpool... I mean, if you go and spend 75 million on a centre-back, then fucking spend 85 million on a fucking goalkeeper. The only thing is, you've just got to, like... you've got to just hope that it is part of the mind games. I mean, I don't know what will happen, guys. How could I possibly know? I have no Twitter ITK. Yeah? Damn fucking... Oh, dear me. Do you know what? I opened my Twitter client today. An old one on here on my Mac, right? And I opened it up. And just to see if it still worked, actually. I do use Twitter, at Duncan Oldham, and various KopTalk shit. But I like Twitter, because a lot of you guys are on there. I like interacting with you, honestly. If not, I'd be bored off of me fucking tits all day. And I opened it, and I have a secret account. I have a secret Twitter account where I like to keep an eye on a few of the fuckers, right? I mean, I didn't even know that it still worked. There you go. I was just saying, I thought, oh, does that still work? And I opened it. And it came up, and I swear to you, on this it's down the right side of my screen, you can read about 12 tweets, and probably 4 to 5 of them were from these so-called Twitter ITKs, all promoting betting. Yeah? All promoting betting. Now, I ain't got no problem with anyone making any, revenue and things like that when they're doing, blogs and websites and things, because it can be expensive. I know that more than anyone, right? But last I heard, a Twitter account was free. So, and if you're only Twitter-based and you've only got a Twitter account, why are you trying to make money out of people? I don't get that. You know what I mean? I don't get that. Me, this is my full-time job. Website, members, website, all them fucking Facebook groups, Twitter accounts, YouTube, KopTalk.tv, DKB.tv, you know. It's my job, and I love it. And I couldn't do it without you guys. So, you'll often come in and say, come on, guys, support me if you can, go to DKB, whatever. I just don't get why they're doing the fucking, I don't know. I just think that if there's a Twitter ITK out there that tweets without promoting betting affiliations, then maybe he's the one you should be listening to. Do you not think? Well, why did they need to do it? I don't know. Can't stand them fuckers, honestly. What were we talking about? Goalkeepers. Yeah, what's all the Twitter... I bet them Twitter ITKs got fucked over big time, didn't they, when they were talking about Fecker? Do you not reckon? Hey, up, my microphone. I'm back on my old microphone, guys. I don't know if you can see it there, look. That big thing's here still, but I think it's too much, that, for just doing vids. Yeah. What's happening on my phone? Not a lot. So what's going to happen? I have no idea what's going to happen. There was the goalkeeper at Real Madrid we were linked with, wasn't there? That Navas. I think he's called Navas. Or very similar. Sometimes I get his name confused with someone else. I can't think who. Klopp did try to sign him a couple of times. 2, if not 3 times. Definitely. Google it. No doubt about it. They had talks and everything. But I don't think he... From what I saw even towards the end of last season, I think he started to look a bit like, ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah. But he's leaving Real Madrid, isn't he? And I haven't checked this one because I've stopped paying attention to articles concerning him because I thought we'd given up on him. So maybe you know more than me on that one. But I'm not sure if he's got another club lined up yet. But at one time, he looked like the one I thought would come into Liverpool as someone to challenge with Karius. But I think, guys, if you were to say to me right now, if you had to put money on a goalkeeper coming in, and you had to make that decision today, where would your money be? I would say Jack Butland. Honestly, I would, just from what I've heard. But it's only the 12th of June, so my opinion might change by the end of today or tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Things change. I thought that they would bring Butland in to compete with Karius. But because of Karius' blunders, I thought that threw it all in the air again, and then they would go, do you know what, fuck it, let's go in big time for a proper keeper. The other boy, Pope, is it, that been linked with us? I did hear his name linked with us 6 months ago. And I tell you, I started paying attention to Peter Shilton on Twitter. I followed Peter Shilton on Twitter because he obviously has opinions about goalkeepers, and I started to look at what he was saying, and he, one of his favourite goalkeepers right now is him. He thinks that lad's going to be amazing. I'm not sure of his age. Is he? I'm sure he's only 19. Isn't he? No, he's not. He's not. What am I talking about? He's 5-6 years older than that, isn't he? He's surprisingly older than you think. How do you do this shit today? I think he's about. I'm sure he's about 25 now. 26. So you think he's younger, but he's not. You'll know him from Burnley. Don't excite me that much, but Peter Shilton must know a thing about goalkeepers, and he's always banging on about him. So, like I say, he was linked with us about 6 months ago. Or when I say linked, I mean I just heard someone mention it to me, and I remember Peter Shilton mentioning something about it. I thought, all right, I'll keep an eye on what Shilton says, see if he is as good as he makes out to be. But yeah. Anyway, I know this video's all over the fucking place, but there's no wonder, is there? Because can you actually say who you think Liverpool will sign in terms of we've got fucking no idea what's going on, have we? None of us. Just don't know. You're just clutching at fucking straws, really. I just feel that, I really would like to go into this, when we talk about getting a big name striker or the big, defensive midfielder, I mean, sort the goalkeeping situation never been addressed. It's never been addressed. So that I'm just hoping that what we're seeing in the media through that click that I talked to you about, it's just the club playing like the negotiating thing, like oh no, we're not going to pay 78 million, we're just not, But I'm not sure that would be successful, because I think that these clubs can, genuinely demand them sort of fees. I don't know. There was the German goalkeeper that was linked with us recently, wasn't there? They were saying that he was about 50 million, not years of age. If you look at the front page of KopTalk.com, it's just all fucking goalkeepers. Is it pronounced Leno, whatever, you know what I mean, don't you? By Leverkusen, he's 26, but I think they were talking about him going to Napoli. So I'm not too sure about that. We've been told we can have Jasper Alisson, is it? At Barcelona. We're told that we can have him. He's a backup keeper. Saying we can have him if we want to pay 50, but I'm sorry, if you're going to pay 50 for him, then, pay fucking 80 for something that's class. I mean, that Oblak is fucking amazing. He should be making everything happen. If he's a midfield player, we'd be doing everything for him, wouldn't we? So, I don't know, guys. I'll leave it to you and your thoughts. I think that all I know is, out of all the fucking goalkeepers, it wouldn't surprise me if Butland ended up at Liverpool. And if he did end up at Liverpool, that makes me think that we'd keep Karius, because I honestly thought, I try to explain it to people all the time, and I'm not sure if they understand what I mean. I'll go through it again. Up until the Champions League final, I thought we would go for Butland, right, to come in to challenge Karius. Yeah, we'd been linked with Alisson before, earlier in the year. I think that cooled around the March time, early March. Yeah. And I think that the Butland thing then became more of a realistic possibility, and that we were going to bring him in, or try and bring him in. But I wasn't sure, because I thought, well, is he really going to want to sit on the bench, or has he got a good chance of challenging, or whatever? I thought that we would end up with possibly Karius and Butland, right, with Mignolet going. But because of that Champions League final, I then thought, whoa, maybe this changes the dynamics of it. Maybe this changes everything. Maybe we do have to just say, you know what, fuck it. Never mind Butland, let's go out there and spend 70 million on a goalkeeper. And that's what I thought might happen. That's what I'm kind of still hoping will happen. What I'm saying to you is, it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up with Butland. It just wouldn't surprise me. But hopefully we will just get someone that is shit hot. But whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. So you let me know what you think. Have I explained myself properly? I hope you're all okay. I hope we speak before Thursday again. And I miss you guys. I love you, and I'll speak to you real soon. All right.